Should we be afraid of God because the Bible speaks of the wrath of God? No. Are you ready for some good news? The wrath of God is against the sons of disobedience, but in Christ you are sons of obedience. There's no wrath for the child of God, only blessing. We've been exploring the words of Paul in Ephesians 5, where he says the wrath of God comes upon the sons of disobedience, and then exhorts Christians, do not become partners with them. For at one time you were darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. This whole idea of the wrath of God, it's detestable to the current culture, understandably so. It's caused a lot of consternation also among believers. However, as we've seen in the previous two devotions, God is not a God of wrath, but a God of love. God's anger and jealousy are proof of His love. God doesn't want people to fear Him in the sense of being afraid of His wrath. He wants people to fear Him in the sense of ultimate reverence, ultimate acknowledgement of God's perfection. God came in Christ to show us perfect love. And as we learn in 1 John, perfect love casts out fear. God is perfect. His love is perfect. His love casts out fear. It doesn't invite it. People often ask, well, don't we need fear? For example, isn't fear of heights important? It keeps us from stepping out onto risky ledges. Well, fear might keep me from making foolish risks, but there is a better, higher way to be guided: wisdom. My wife's Uncle Stanley used to say, fear is the beginning of wisdom, but not the end. We don't need a fear of heights. We need wisdom to limit ourselves from silly risks. If you see a rickety wire draped between two buildings, you decide not to walk across it. It doesn't have to be because you're not fearful. It could be you're just wise. You might just say, I just doesn't make sense to go try this right now. You see the difference. The heart of wisdom sees the folly of poor choices and the advantage of wise choices. So there's no wrath in God towards His children, and He doesn't want His children being afraid of Him. No fear in His children towards God. That's the gospel. Well, that's today's daily devotional. You can get more like it by clicking right here. Better yet, please subscribe and tell others about it. Share this and start every single day with good news.